Yo, what is up, guys? Panda's back with another video, and today's video is on how to succeed in the stock market. If you guys have not already have done this, please subscribe and hit that like button. And at the end of the video, please comment down below any suggestions, any questions, or anything that you liked about the video or what you guys want to see next. That'd be greatly appreciated. And now moving on to the video. Succeeding in the stock market. I kind of want to go over the psychological factors that can impact your success before we go into some of the main factors that could help you succeed in the stock market. So the first psychological factor is the fear of missing out, FOMO. So basically, this can cause you to take every trade you see and oversize your positions. And there's a dangerous factor to this, and this is that you could possibly lose a ton of money and make very wrong decisions that in a stock that might be going down in price still, that you could buy at a lower price, or you bought it too high where you're making no revenue. So basically, you're kind of losing money if you have this type of FOMO that we can kind of call it now, this fear of missing out. So just keep that in mind as you keep on trading, that not every single opportunity is meant to be. There's a certain reason why you might not get it and why you do get that opportunity. Take those opportunities into context and think about the positives and negatives as you trade. The next is called revenge trading. The revenge trading is kind of buying shares or positions in a stock or in a business, basically, over emotion. So this is basically emotion over logic. So what this means is you aren't thinking about the logical ways, like what could happen, or what are the effects and what are the effects of this, what could happen, what are the positives, what are the negatives. This is all about your emotion. You don't care about that. You just want to keep on trading just to get your money back, So, and then the next is when you have revenge trading, your positions are way too big, so you are losing money as you keep on going. So this is basically called revenge trading. The main idea is you're using emotion over logic. So basically, the right way how you should be looking at this is logic over emotion. If you're using logic, you understand what are the pros and cons of going in, buying bigger positions, doing this or that to get yourself a profit, or what might affect this to give me a negative profit here. So as we keep on going through this PowerPoint, in the next slide too, we'll see black and gray text. The black text is the right way, what should be done, and then the gray text is the wrong way. What the gray text is what happens when you're in revenge trading, and then the black text is what you should be doing to get out of that area. And then the next is trade in smaller size. This is because if you trade in smaller size, you have so much more control over your positions. While if you trade in bigger positions, then you also can lose a lot more money, and you won't have as much control on how much money you're going to lose or how much money you're going to gain, because this is over emotion, because you're just trying to gain that profit back because of how you are affected emotionally. So I kind of have a quote, you win some, you lose some, or another is, long as the outcome is income. So that's kind of the wrong way to look at it. Both of those are kind of revenge quotes, so just try to stray away from that. You always want to try having a positive cash flow as you trade. The next is called gambler's fallacy. Gambler's fallacy is basically thinking that a series of events will somehow affect the outcome of the next event. Kind of going to the black text, this is pretty straight out forward. You're basically increasing the risk of a trade that has some probability of success of all the ones that you just lost money. So basically, it's kind of like a gambling at a casino. You keep on losing money, and then you keep on putting in more money, thinking that you're gonna somehow gain that back without using logic. Because this is of how your brain is thinking too. So basically, it's kind of like gambling, If you keep on trading if you keep on putting in money and you keep on losing money, you're gonna keep on thinking that, hey, if I keep on putting more money in, there might be a bigger probability that I can somehow change the outcome to gain more money back, even though that is completely wrong. So you're basically just increasing the risk of how much money you're losing in each trade. So connecting all three of these points of all three of these last slides, on the psychological aspects, you got to make sure your brain is not your worst enemy. Make sure that you're in the right state of mind when trading. If you're not, step away from that computer or step away from whatever device you are. Get your body and brain in the right mental state. You know, because if it's not in there, then you're gonna probably have one of these. These are something that happens every day to every single person in some type of way, and you always have to try to control yourself and understand that you can create better. So now moving on to how to succeed and how you can use these tips to kind of succeed in the stock market. So the first one is decide whether you're willing to work hard to succeed. This is because I even talked about this in my last video for how to start as a beginner. If you are not willing to work hard, you're never going to succeed. You're never going to get to the single place that you want to get to. You're never going to be able to buy that house. You're never going to be able to buy that computer. You're never going to be able to buy that car. You're never going to be able to buy that laptop, whatever you want to buy, or get to that place that you want to. You're never going to be able to get to that place. It's not about buying. It's not about selling. It's not about money. It's working hard to get to the place that you want to get to. If you want to help out your family one day, you're never going to get there without working hard. Working hard is what's going to get you to every single place. You never see a single person slacking off that's a billionaire or a millionaire. You see them working hard to get to the positions that they're at, so then they can stand back a little and understand that now I've created a portfolio around me, people that can help me take away the stress that I've been putting in, that I can take a step back and wow. And that I can say, wow, I've created this and I can use this to get even farther one day. And say, wow. I can say, wow, that, hey, I've created this much. Look at what I've created. And somehow I might be able to influence other people. Because you always want to create, you always want to work hard. So one day you can step back and show and see for yourself how much you have grown as a person and how much you've grown whatever you are doing. The next is always using a trading plan. Trading plan is very important. I also talked about this in my last video too. A trading plan is very important because when in your pre-market and your aftermarket, you want to understand what stocks you want to look at. So you have to make a watch list and how you're going to trade it, around what price point you're going to go into, because that plan is what's going to help you succeed the most. Because if you're doing impulsive buys and you're not looking at how the graphs are working or anything like that, and you're not understanding patterns and your research and everything like that, then you won't be able to succeed, because you're going to make these impulsive buys and buy at the wrong price, buy at the rate, and sell at the wrong price. You're going to keep on losing money. Because this trading plan that you create will help you to make those decisions so much more easier and without backlap, because you know that this will help you profit or gain or grow, and you'll have a lower failure rate than you'll probably have going impulsively and not doing your research, sitting a 20 to 30 to maybe an hour or 2 hours before pre-market, or doing your aftermarket research and your pre-market research. That's something to keep in mind too. I'll be making a video on the trading plan probably Thursday. You can expect that on Thursday or Saturday. So the next is be okay with cutting losses. Now we know that not every single day you're gonna make a profit, or the profit that you want to get to. But being okay with cutting losses shows that you have that self-control, that you one day, when you do get to that point that you're gonna make a profit, you can get that profit and get away from the losses as quick as possible. Because if let's say if you're cutting your losses now, and if that stock keeps on going down, you just saved yourself from losing even more money and buying back time to reinvest and get that money back. So you gotta be okay with cutting losses, because you know at the end of the day, another trade will cover that. Another trade that profits will cover that and possibly give you an increase or just cover that expense. So then you cut even. Okay. The next is time is your friend. Time is very valuable. Use it wisely. Use it efficiently. Because if you use it efficiently, it is your friend. You can profit so much. You can learn so much. You can gain anything you want ever. Not even out of stocks. If you use time efficiently, you can get so far in the places that you want to be. Whether it's homework, school, stock market, your business, your job, whatever it is, time is always your friend. And use it efficiently. Next is treat trading like a business. You want to treat trading like a business because this is something that's giving yourself an income to survive. This is not something to take lightly. Trading is a lot of hard work, takes a lot of background research, takes a lot of mental aspect and ruling hours sometimes, It's not always easy. You're not gonna have easy or good days. But if you trade seriously when the time comes, then you will succeed. Because let's say, because if you don't work hard, obviously, and you don't be serious and you're just joking around, you're never gonna make money. You're never gonna be able to succeed to the place that you want to get to. Always treating it like a business, like something serious will happen if you don't work hard or you're not serious about the decisions that you're making or being logical about the decisions that you're making. You'll never be able to succeed without that. Next, use technology to your advantage. Use technology to find and research and learn off of other people, talk to people, understand how they find their reasoning so you can learn off of those people. Because the technology that we have right now can help us so much because we can learn off of people, we can learn off of YouTube, we can learn off of people in our Discord chats, we can learn off people through iMessage, we can learn everywhere. It's a learning opportunity, and if you maybe have it's a trading opportunity too. Because if you have your trading application on every single device that you have, probably, you can keep on looking and keep an eye instead of having it on one device and always worrying about what's going to happen if I don't be there in time. Now you can take that stress off and put that into the device that you have in front of you, like your phone. And you can take that stress away, so then you are in the right mental state. Or if you're researching, you can learn. You can take people's opinions, create a strong opinion, and create a strong basis that, hey, maybe these opinions might be right. Let me go find the research to support that, or find the research to not support that, so I can make the final decision when it does come to the time of trading. Next is protect your capital. Now, you always do not want to lose capital. You want to make sure that you have an equal capital or a better capital. Make sure you have a strong amount of capital so you never lose. This is important because you keep on losing capital, you're not going to have enough money to trade or keep in your funds or anything like that, Always protect your capital. Now, the next is become a student of the market. What this means is become a researcher. Learn and understand the market to the point that you don't only have to think about some of the things that you're doing. Because you know off the top of your head that if this happens, then this might happen. But this might happen, and that might happen. Become a student of the market. Research, understand, do your due diligence instead of asking people. Because asking people, they can have different opinions. Yeah, it's good to take people's opinions. But if you're not thinking for yourself, and if you're not learning, you're never going to get anywhere. Because those people aren't going to stick around with you for the rest of your life, probably. You might keep on going through people. Those people you find on Discord and Discord servers, you're never going to meet again, possibly. They might leave that Discord server. They might not succeed and give up. But if you work hard and do your own due diligence and become a student of the market, you will probably succeed more than them. And you'll see yourself back in that Discord server every single day and not give up. Next is risk only what you can afford to lose. This is also goes to the point that if you want to put as much as a beginner, you want to put as much money as you are willing to lose. Because if you risk only what you afford to lose, then you know that you can gain that money back if I play this plan out smarter, have better goals or anything like that. But if you don't risk what you aren't, if you can't that you can't afford to lose, then you won't profit, you won't succeed. The next is developing a trading methodology based off of facts. So this is basically studying graphs, understanding the news, understanding bills. All of this is going to help you understand the market, and this is going to create a basis on how you are going to trade. This is your own trading style that you're creating for yourself. And that trading style is going to take a while to perfect. But as you take time and create that methodology based off of facts, you'll perfect your own trading style that you can understand and then that you can use properly and to the point that you can profit and get better throughout the stock market. Then you can get your profits where you want it to be at. The next is always use stop losses. Always using stop losses, because if you don't use a stop loss, the price might go down and you might sell at a price that you don't want to, that you can't make as much profit, or you might not be able to buy at a place that you can make profit. You might buy over how much you want to buy. Always using stop losses will help you not lose money in the long run. Know when to stop trading. This is going to the self-control aspect of this too. This is going back to FOMO, thinking that you're going to miss out on something. If you know when you're going to stop trading, then you will be able to go so much farther, because you won't think about, hey, what if this and what if that. You'll be able to know, hey, this is what's going to happen if I don't stop. That maybe if I take a step back, think about how I can fix my mistakes, then I might be able to grow a bit more on my portfolio, and take my portfolio to the next level so I can trade bigger stocks and get a bigger profit, you know, or get more knowledge or whatever you're really at. Just really know when to stop trading. That self-control aspect will take you a long way. The next is keep trading in perspective. Keep trading in perspective. So that means do not think that you're gonna make $1 million in one day. Do not think that you're gonna get $100,000 in one day. It depends on how much money you have, obviously. But keep in mind that you have this much money in your account, and that you want to try to grow here. This is gonna be that reasonable amount that you think you can grow in that week. That moves on to your goals. Create a goal, a week-long goal that you can somehow when you make out your plan will be consistent of somehow get to this goal weekly and get this profit per day. So looking at this image that I put up here, this is a great image here. Long-term goals must have progressive small goals. That means if you want to make 100,000 at the end of the year, right? You have to find out how much money you have to make every single week to get to that certain point that you can make $100,000. And then you have to make a goal and then you have to find out how much money you need to make per day to make that weekly long goal. Now that goes back to your planning aspect. Make a plan on how you can get that profit every single day, and make a plan how to get that weekly and do that consistently per week on week. And if you have a bad week, how are you going to make a plan to kind of bring that back the money that you might have missed the week before and bring that back to the current week and try to grow off of that so you can get back to your stage of performance and keep on going up and up and up. Obviously, you're not going to have every single day is going to be a good day. That's why it's a step. Every step resembles how much have you forgotten throughout that week, and how much endurance have you put through, and how much work have you put through to get to that goal. Because you remember, you're never going to reach that goal without working hard. Next is stay cool-headed when trading. I was talking about this before, so that means if let's say you're stressful, if you're emotional, I was talking about this in the psychological factors. Stay cool-headed. For example, if you are very stressed out, you might make impulsive decisions that could cost you that money, that can slip up on your money. You can lose so much money, you can gain so much money. It's very unreliable. So if you aren't cool-headed, if you're mentally not there, take a step back, leave the room, or go onto your bed or do wherever you like to go, and just take your mind off of it. Get yourself into the ready mental state that you know that you can start trading again, and then come back into the room. Example, Ricky Gutierrez, I talked about him last time. I'll link his YouTube channel down below. But what he does when he's stressed out, he'll either leave the room, he'll do something else. He won't stay in that position to stress himself out, because he knows that he will lose money and that he's not helping himself get better and understand his market and how he trades. So that goes back to the self-control aspect too. You just gotta know when to stop. Be realistic about profits. You know that you're not gonna make $100,000 again. You gotta be realistic about how much you can actually make in the time and the amount of time that you have, and amount of effort you're putting in. Next is invest in a business that you understand. If you invest in businesses that you don't understand, you'll never understand you won't understand how that market works, and you can lose money. But let's say you do know how that business works. You did your research, and you did all your statistics and everything like that, and you invest in that now you know how the market's going to work, how the market's looking in that time basis, how the market's going to look in the week after, the month after, how it worked a month before, so you can make your predictions, anything like that. Invest in businesses that you understand. Like Warren Buffett said, never invest in a business you can't understand. This is because you're never going to be able to profit. Next is create a broad portfolio, because if you only invest in companies in the same sector, that sector might not be doing well, and you might be losing money. But if you have companies in all over different sectors, then you have different sources of income. So let's say one sector does bad that week, then you have other sectors that can bring you back that money, so then you aren't staying at a loss the entire time. So this is kind of what some of the tips and tricks that I can kind of give you guys in the steps to succeed in the stock market. Obviously, this is up to you. This is up to your grind and your willingness to work hard to again succeed. So that's been it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't, please hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell notification if you guys haven't already, so you guys know when I post. And please comment down hit the like button too, and please comment down below what you guys want to see next. Any questions? Any suggestions on what you guys want to see next again? Thank you guys. Peace out.